Hi, comments. Miss Chavis here from the counseling team. We are doing our school-wide lesson plan today. Thank you for watching. Please pay attention. We have a lot to cover. This is our lesson. It all matters. Grades, GPA, and credits. We at James Lake want to make sure you understand the importance of being a high school student, being a comet. So we are here going to show you why things matter. This is the overview of what we're going to be covering today. It all matters. 3 things to always care about in high school: letter grades, GPA, and credit. Our Eastside Union High School District graduation requirements, our A through G college requirements, if you're interested in that, and how to calculate that GPA. 3 things that we always look at for as your school counselors, but also you to make sure you hold yourself accountable, are letter grades, GPA, and credits. Why do grades matter? Grades reflect an understanding and mastery of the content. Good grades can lead to eligibility for extracurricular activities like sports, work permits, different opportunities coming to you, college admissions opportunities if you want to go to a college, a guaranteed spot at San Jose State if you want it through our Eastside Union High School District Spartan Promise, scholarships, which is free money from the government to help you pursue your studies, whether you want to go to a career training and be an electrician, or you want to be a teacher. There's a little bit of money for everybody. It's just making sure you have the grades to get to where you want to be. More opportunities for the future, and obviously making sure you have an academic strong record for those different opportunities coming to you your way as you progress and finish high school with that diploma and have an option after high school. So we have seen these letter grades. What are they? We have seen them throughout the last couple of years of your educational journey. This shouldn't be new, but just in case this is new to you, letter grade is what you get when you finish a class. This could be an A, B, C, D, and F. Obviously, A is the highest. It's an outstanding, excellent amount of work. You ace the material. B is good. C is average. D is you did it. And then F is for not for fun, is not something good we look into, but F is not good for letter grades. A passing letter grade, A, B, C, or D. D is passing. If you happen to get A, B, or C, that is for colleges and universities. So you have those opportunities for different things like work, sports, universities, admissions for universities, colleges, scholarships, all those different things. So we as comments always aim for A's, B's, and C's. If you happen to get a D, that is still passing, but we'll definitely want to need to check in with your counselor. GPA, this is the most important part. So GPA is called a grade point average. Every single letter that you receive for your grade in a class has a value. And this value is the GPA and is calculated every single marking period and semester. The one that officially counts will be the semester grades. And that will be encompassing every single semester and encompassing the overall GPA counted every single year to contribute to your GPA as a student at James Lick. A's are always valued at 4s, B at 3, C at 2, D at 1, and F at 0. That's how some students have 4.0s, is because they have straight A's throughout their high school journeys. And that's kind of how we aim at GPA. So we at James Lick, we always aim for 2.75 and above. If you could get to a 3.0 and above, that would be amazing. That opens a lot of more opportunities. But in the next slide, I'm going to show you what different GPAs and why they matter and what they could qualify you, because we want to make sure you have those options. So, and on the right side of the presentation, there is a simple formula of how you could calculate your GPA. We are actually going to calculate your GPA in a little bit. Your current GPA, and set some goals for the future as well. The formula is simple. You just add every single grade that you have in 6 classes, add it together, and then you divide it by 6, and then that is your GPA. But I'll show you in a little bit how to calculate that. GPA, why that matters? I was telling you about that GPA. Make sure that GPA does not draft every single marking period, every single semester, every year. It matters. 2.0 minimum GPA is to play sports. So if you want to play basketball, cross country, cheerleading, all these sports require a GPA to play. You are a student athlete. The student part comes first. So please consider being a student athlete if you want to play sports. If you want to work part-time at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or any of those things, you do need to have a work permit because you are a student worker. So a student always comes first. Want to make sure you are protected also as a minor as well. 2.5 GPA minimum gets you into all CSUs. That is a California State University system. There's 23 campuses, except San Jose State doesn't fall under this category just because they have their own different criteria. And we have an agreement with the university as well. So 2.5 opens the opportunity for those 22 universities throughout California, all the way from Humboldt State all the way down to San Diego State. So we have lots of options. And this application is very easy for your senior year to complete. You just need to have your grades and your information, and that's it. No essays required. It's very easy to apply. I highly recommend for everybody to apply and have that option after high school. 2.75 minimum GPA is for the San Jose State Eastside Promise. This is a guaranteed spot into San Jose State, our university here that's 10-15 minutes away from us. So if you want to have that as an option or a backup option, it doesn't hurt. You have that minimum 2.7 GPA to qualify. 3.0 GPA minimum, that opens up opportunities for any university in California, outside of California. 3.0 and above is amazing. University of California, like the UCs, like UC Berkeley, UC Davis, UC Santa Cruz, there's 9 campuses that you could choose from. And then on top of that, you have the 23 campuses from the CSUs, like San Jose State, Humboldt State, San Diego State. There's a lot of campuses. So you have 9 plus 23. That's about 30 something option colleges and universities in California alone. On top of that, you also have your private universities as well. So these are like the Santa Clara University, the Stanford. These are also in our backyard that you could apply to with at least a minimum of 3.0. Obviously, the higher that you pay, the better. And that's why we have 3.75 on the slide, just because that would definitely open up a lot more opportunities for universities in California if you want to pursue that pathway. Like we say as your counselors, we definitely want to make sure you have more opportunities, just because when you graduate from high school, everybody's going to go their own separate way. So we want to make sure that you have those opportunities for yourself, so in the future, so you could have decisions to make. We rather you have more than less options. So credits, let's go back into credits now. So remember that you have to pass certain subjects in order for you to reach your graduation requirement, which is 220. That is a district requirement for you to graduate from Eastside Union High School District. You need 220 credits. But not just about getting to 220 credits, you have to pass certain subjects. So in the next slide, I'll show you what subjects you need in order to graduate, but it's very important you pass every single class that you are in, because every single class counts. When you pass a class with the A, B, C, or D, you get 5 credits. So that is beautiful. That's going to help build those credit line that you have to reach 220. A's, B's, C's, and D's count. One semester is one class. We equal to 5 credits. And 2 semesters equal to 1 year. So there's 2 semesters. So in 1 year for one class, you get 10 credits. That is the formula. So every single semester matters. And in a year, you get alone. In a semester alone for your 6 classes, you'll get 30 credits when you pass everything with the A, B, C, or D. And then in a whole year, you get 60 credits for the whole year. And if you are a little bit confused on credits, don't worry. We as your counselors will go through your credits and grades every single semester to make sure you are on track to get to that number of 220 for your graduation year. So these are the graduation requirements for our district, Eastside Union High School District. Like I said earlier, the total credits required for you to graduate is 220. You have to pass all subject areas, passing with a D- or higher to graduate on time. So there is no room for failure. And if you do happen to have a little boo-boo and not pass a class, it's all good. We will make sure as your counselor to catch you up to make sure you get to 220 and graduate on time. Just remember that 1 year equals 10 credits is one class. So you have to pass fall and spring to get the 10 credits for each class. So these are the requirements. So you have to fulfill certain subject areas, and the subject areas is social science, 30 credits. So you have to pass that world history, that U.S. history, that government and econ. For English, you have to pass 40 credits, means you have to pass every single year of English. This is an important subject that you do not want to fail. If you happen to fail it, come talk to us. We as your counselors are happy to help you here to catch you up on credits if you're behind on English credits. Mathematics is required for 20 credits. That is 2 years of math, math 1, math 2. Science is required for 20 credits. That is biology and chemistry. Visual and performing arts or foreign language, it is required for 1 year. So that is like an art class, that's a guitar class, piano, Spanish for Spanish speakers, Spanish 1. There's a variety of classes from here. Physical education is 20 credits. That's your first 2 years of PE. So that is PE1 and PE2. And electives is anything like leadership or anything you've taken above and beyond. So like that third year of science, that third year of math, that second year of art, that third year of PE, maybe love PE. So everything counts in your schedule towards graduation. So everything is really important for you to pass so you can make sure you make and fulfill those requirements to graduate with your diploma. Now, obviously, you want to make sure you have options too. So you're already taking these classes already in your schedule. This is nothing additional. The only thing that you have to know is that you have to pass your classes with A's, B's, and C's. The A through G requirements are already aligned with our Eastside Union High School District requirements. So it's very similar to graduation things. Instead of credits, it counts for years. So you're already doing that. And we as your counselors and as a school and as a district want to make sure you have multiple options by the time you're a senior. And because everybody's going their separate ways, want to make sure you have those options. So for social science, it's 2 years required. For English, it's 4 years. Mathematics, 3 years. 4 years recommended. Science, 2 years. 3 years recommended. Foreign language, 2 years. 3 years recommended. F is visual performing arts, 1 year, and G is electives, which is 1 year as well. When it says recommended on the numbers like math, science, foreign language, we definitely want to make sure we do the recommendation part. Just because not only are you when you're applying to college or a job, they want to see that you went above and beyond and done over the basics. So we definitely recommend everybody to do that 4th year, do that 3rd year, do that 3rd year, just because it's going to open a lot more opportunities versus someone who just did the basics. So we as comments want you to be successful and be competitive. So let's make sure we have those opportunities coming up for y'all. So yes, it's very important that you fulfill those classes, pass every single class that you are in with A's, B's, and C's so you could have more options for your future. And talking about options after high school, you have options. We as counselors want to make sure we support you with whatever pathway that is, whatever you decide to go into. We want to make sure you graduate with that diploma, fulfill those requirements, but also have a plan after high school. Whether you want to go into the workforce, that is okay. We want to make sure you have a good job that has all these benefits so you can be taken care of and be making that money. Or if you want to go into the armed forces too, we want to make sure we set you up with the right people, the right recruiters, take those tests so you could go join the armed forces as well, whatever branch you decide to take. The trades and career training, if you want to go be an electrician, we want to make sure we set you up with those tools and those unions so you could be a part of that, and how to get to those trainings so you could be good and start your career early on. Community college, if you want to go pursue radiology, be a radiologist, or or be a VTA bus driver. We also have that option as well at community colleges. So it's a lot of cool things that you could pursue You're not supposed to know what you want to do with the rest of your life, but we as counselors can provide you resources of how to get you there. We definitely want to make sure that you have those options of either pursuing higher education or going into some type of training. And there is money out there to pay for those things. And it all starts in high school, making sure you take advantage of those resources, having good grades, and being a part of something too, right? So we want to make sure you have those options after high school. Cool. So now let's transition into, let's calculate our GPA. Let's set some goals because we want to make sure that everybody has an idea of how to calculate that GPA, because believe it or not, we as counselors know how to calculate that GPA, but we also want you guys, as high school students, to know how to calculate that GPA in case you need it for sports, or you just need it for like a scholarship or different things like that. You know how to calculate it as well. So, materials you'll need is your handout. We do have a handout. Make sure you have that. Put your name on it. Write down your schedule. Something to write with a pen or a pencil. Access to your Canvas account. This could be through your phone or your Chromebook, and you'll need a calculator as well. So this could be on your phone or it can be in your Chromebook. You could just Google calculator and it should come up. How to find your grades on Canvas. Log into your Eastside Union High School District account, your ARMS account. If you haven't been on this is the website where we have all of the apps from our school. So definitely want to make sure we bookmark it. You could always come to this and we'll find our Canvas app on there. There's two ways to see your grades on the Canvas app, either your phone or on your laptop. But you could see the grades here. It could be a percentage, and sometimes they'll have the letter grade as well. Or if you don't see this on your Canvas, there is a view grades at the bottom under to do, and you could look at your grades there, which is, there's two different ways to look at your grades on there. You will need this for the handout that we're going to do to calculate your GPA. So we'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that. So teacher, feel free to pause this and while students open up their Canvas accounts. All right, so let's calculate your GPA part 1. So in your handout, you should have a class period, class name, current grades up to date, letter, and number. Class period 1 through 6 is on there. Go ahead and write down your schedule. What do you have first period? What do you have second period? What do you have third, fourth, fifth, and sixth? You should know your schedule by now, but this is where you would write your class name. It's important for you to label this so you know what you have in each class. And then we're going to go into the third column that says current grades as of today. So this is where you kind of have to go onto Canvas and check those letter grades that you have as of today. It's okay not to have the best grades. It's just like a reflection. There's just like an activity. We're not judging you. This is just to kind of see where you're at with your current grades. This is something that also you could calculate at any time. So it's really important so you don't understand how to calculate your GPA. If you ever want to come back to this video will live here on YouTube. You could always come back to that. Current grades as of today. So we're going to complete this together. So go ahead and put the letter grades in the third column. Each class should have a number. Each class should have a letter grade that corresponds to your class. And then we're going to use a little formula. It's on your handout too. So you're going to put the letter grade, and then you're going to put the number next to it so you know what number it is for each letter grade. So it should look something like this. For English 2, I have an A right now. My A equals to 4, so that's where I put. For Math 2, I'm not doing too hot. I got a D. I have a D right now. D equals to 1. Spanish right now, their third period, I have a B. B equals to 3. PE 2, I have an A. So A looks equals to 4. Chemistry is a C. I have a C. And then world history, I have a C, and that equals to 2. Cool. So now let's calculate that GPA. So we're going to add all these numbers together. So 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. If you're not good at math like myself, I struggle with math, you could add it on your calculator one by one. And then that total number that you get is a total of your 6 classes. So this number is 16. And then you divide it by 6 because there's 6 classes. And that's how you calculate that GPA. So I have a 2.66 GPA right now. which is pretty good, but not where we want it to be. Right, for myself, I want to be high, aim a little bit higher, but that is okay. Right now, that I'm at a 2.66, I am passing everything because remember the lowest grade that you could have is a D. I don't have no F's. I do want to aim for A's, B's, and C's because the A through G, I want to make sure I have that option for college. So I do want to set some goals for myself to bring those grades up for the future. So with that being said, let's calculate that future GPA. So we should have our class names on there on the sheet, and then on the next column we should put current grades I plan to get for the semester. So that's where you would write down. You're not going to look down Canvas. This is what you aim for, what I want to have for the semester. So I do want to improve some of my grades from we saw on Canvas. So I'm going to set some goals for myself and then do the same thing, write the letter and then the number. So this is what I came up for myself. I want to improve my letter grades, keep A in English because I want to make sure I get a good grade for that. C, I want to improve my math grade to a C, to a 2. A through equals to 4, keep the A the same, keep a PE the same, A keep chemistry the same because I'm struggling in chemistry, so that'll be the same, and then improve my grade in world history to a B just because I like world history. So I wrote down the numbers of all the letters that correspond to the letters. So that is what I have. A equals 4, C equals 2, A equals 4, A equals 4, C equals 2, and B equals 3. Feel free to pause, teacher, if you want to give your students enough time for this, but we'll move along. So this is how I calculated my GPA as well. Once again, you are adding every single number that corresponds to a letter grade together. So 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3 equals 19. That is what I got. I use a calculator for this because I'm not really good at math. And then I divided by 6, which is the 6 classes that I am in. And my GPA for my future self that I want to get is a 3.16. That's where I want to be at. I want to make sure I pass all my classes with A's, B's, and C's to make sure I'm eligible for colleges. And that's where I want to be at, 3.6 and above, so I can have those options about college, university in the future. The higher the GPA, the better. So now let's just compare really quickly my current GPA that I have right now on Canvas, what I have live, and then my GPA that I'm planning to get in the future. So we could see that my A is going to remain the same. My D in math is going to go up to a C because I want to make sure I get an A through G course eligible for college. My Spanish grade is going to stay the same. My PE grade is going to stay the same. My chemistry grade is going to stay the same just because I'm struggling in that class, but I'm going to keep it consistent. And then my world history class is going to go up to a B just because I know I could turn in one assignment to turn it in, and that's where I want to be at. So my GPA right now, what I have on Canvas is a 2.66, and then my GPA that I want to get is a 3.16. So I do have to do some things to get these grades at. So there is a column on the handout, list the steps you want to take in your class to improve your grade. So we'll give you guys about 5 minutes to input every single line for what are you going to do in English so it remains the same? What are you going to do in math so it stays the same or you get a higher grade? What are you going to do in Spanish? What are you going to do in PE? What are you doing in chemistry to make sure your grade doesn't drop or stays the same or goes up a little bit or you have to redo an exam? What are you going to do for world history? So on the next slide, I'll share some strategies that has helped me as a student and has helped other students as well. But you have 5 minutes to brainstorm and fill this out for each class so you can set some goals for yourself. Cool. And that is it, y'all. Completed. You have done the worksheet. You have done the work. Congratulations. Remember that you have options and it's all up to you. We as a school, as your James Lake comments, want to make sure we support you every bit of the way, and it all starts with you. So we always aim for 2.75 and above. That is where we want to make sure you have A's, B's, and C's in your grades. Have those options in the future. You will thank yourself later. I want to make sure you have that diploma and have a pathway after high school, whether you want to play sports, work, college, university, the career training. We want to make sure you are happy like Bluey on the screen. So other than that, comments, thank you so much for your attention today. I really appreciate it. Here from the James Lake counseling team, we are so proud of you. Feel free to reach out to your counselor if you have any questions, concerns, or want to do this activity with your counselor. We're happy to help. Other than that, feel free to follow us on social media, JLHS Counseling, where we have updates on events that we plan to have. But we're really excited to continue you guys serving you and supporting your journey here at James Lake as a student and also future comments. So, yay! Thank you for comments. Bye.